Here's what happened round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of France at Saint-Jean-d'Angely. In MX2 Race 1, Thomas Covington took his first foxhole shot of the year as Hunter Lawrence and Ben Watson collided down the start straight and would have to work through the field from the back. Despite an early attempt to break the lead from Henry Jacobi, Covington hung on. His teammate got into second, but Prado fell from third whilst challenging Thomas Kjer Olsen for that second place on the opening lap. Jonass made a swift move on the German Jacobi to go into third. And as he got into trouble, the German, Prado, was past him and into fourth. He forced his teammate into going defensive and was able to run up the inside to go third around about the halfway point. Thomas Covington led though. He was always in a comfortable position ahead of his teammate, but Henry Jacobi made one mistake too many. He eventually fell and would not finish the race. Had a problem with the clutch, but Covington won for the second time this season in race 1. MXGP race 1. Over on the far right-hand side, Jeffrey Herlings took a gamble, and it paid off. And it got the bullet, his 4th foxhole shot of the season on what was a very boggy start straight here at Saint-Jean-d'Angely. He quickly opened up a gap as well over Commander Sal. Valentin Guillot was in third. But Glenn Koldenoff moved into third in the early stages before the end of the first lap. Tony Cairoli gave chase to his teammate, and it took the Italian until lap 10 to find his way past. To say he was frustrated was an understatement, but he eventually got the job done and went after the Sal. Tim Gajser didn't make the best start, but he carved his way through the field. He made that pass on Romain Febvre to get himself into 6th. And then a lap later on Jeremy Seewer to go 5th. He would eventually find his way past Koldenoff with 2 laps to go to finish in 4th place for Team HRC. In the closing stages, the final lap, Tony Cairoli made this mistake whilst trying to hang on to the back of DeSalle, but it was Jeffrey Herlings who took his 15th race win of the year from DeSalle and Cairoli. MX2 race 2. This time, it was Paul Jonass from the centre of the gate that cruised to his 4th foxhole shot, and he looked to try and pull away on the opening lap, but he would make a mistake whilst under pressure from his teammate. Prado started third, just behind Jorge Kjer, quickly into second though, and then Jonass fell on the opening lap and fell all the way down outside the top 20 and had a lot of work to do. Calvin Vallanderen and Michele Chervelin collided. Both riders were battling for 3rd position at the time. In fact, Vallanderen lost positions in that little exchange. Thomas Covington made 2 passes at the top of the hill when he went inside Vallanderen and Velotti as he fought through for a poor start. He made a move on Chervelin to go into 4th, and he was then placed behind his teammate, Thomas Kjer Olsen. Having a lonely rider in 2nd position was 193 of Jorge Kjer, the Khmer Yamaha. And the number 1 of Jonass made that move on Chervelin to get himself into 6th. That's eventually where he would stay as Covington found his way past Thomas Kjer Olsen with 3 laps to go 3rd. Jorge Prado, though, was victorious in race 2 for the 6th time this year. Jorge Kjer crossed the line in 2nd for his best result on the 193 Yamaha. His best result in 2018. Thomas Covington was 3rd, Kjer Olsen 4th, Vallanderen 5th. But the overall Grand Prix was Prado, Covington, and Thomas Kjer Olsen, the top 2 sharing the points. It was the 4th Grand Prix win of the year for Prado, but coming into this weekend, the gap between 1st and 2nd of Jonass and Prado was 28 points. As they leave for Italy, round 11, Jonass now has a 16-point advantage over his teammate, Jorge Prado.
After a first moto with a small crash in first lap that I pushed and came back to third and first for first overall, it's amazing. And yeah, I'm getting closer to pole, so looking forward for a sand race next weekend.
MXGP race 2. Jeffrey Herlings tried his luck again, but Romain Febvre squeezed him this time to the outside as Tony Cairoli went for his 11th foxhole shot, closely followed by Jeremy Seewer and Gauthier Paulin, Benoit Paturel, Tim Gajser at the top of the hill. And as you would expect, Tony Cairoli tried to dart away from the rest of the field. DeSalle fell, lost a handful of places or more. Came round on the opening lap in 12th place as Herlings moved past Seewer to go into 3rd on lap 2. Paulin quickly followed the Bullet through as well to go into 4th in front of the home fans. And then Febvre made light work of Siwa with that move on the Swiss rider as he advanced to 5th. Herlings, though, started to make 1 or 2 mistakes. He carved his way through the field, but eventually he found his way past Gajser to go into 2nd position. Around about the halfway stage, the 2 French riders battled, but Febvre made a decisive pass just on Paulin, and Febvre would come home in 4th. Paulin eventually 5th. 4 or 5 laps to go. Herlings all over the back of Cairoli, slipped up the inside, made a neat pass. The French fans loved that. They were on their feet. Dessau dived down the inside of Jeremy Siwa to take 6th with about 3 laps to go as well. But Jeffrey Herlings took win number 16, and with it, his 7th double Grand Prix victory from his 8 Grand Prix wins so far in 2018. Tony Cairoli lost 8 points, and now the gap between 1st and 2nd is 62 as we head to Italy. Ottaviano. Dessau still there in 3rd. Jeffrey Herlings has now won in France every year since 2012. 7 in a row for the Bullet, and his 4th time here at Saint-Jean-d'Angély.
Once again, it was a great weekend. You know, won qualifying, won both motos, got the overall, gained some points on Tony for the championship, and it's nice to break in halfway of the season now. So halfway in, half to go.